welcome back, or if you're new, welcome. Today I want to do some fancy schmancy repotting, and I have some pretty cool plants around here. So I have Pink Princess, I have Syngonium Pink Splash, I have Epipremnum Skeleton Key, I have Philodendron Subastatum, Philodendron Gloriosum, Philodendron Verrucosum. So this should be a pretty cool repotting because most of these plants weren't planted by me, because all of them actually were a present for me from very kind people. So I'm really excited to dig into the root balls and see how they're doing underneath the soil, and the whole business about this. So the only plant that was planted by me is this Philodendron Subastatum, and I actually cut off a lot of tops from it because it actually had a mealybug infestation. I think it was thrips infestation, sorry. So I was trying to rescue it, and I did. As you can tell, the main plant already have new growth points all around, from every single stem. So this is exciting, and also all of the tops are really rooted, so this will be fun to take out of the spearlight and see how they're doing, Let's maybe start from the smaller plants and we'll make our way to the bigger ones, And also, one second. Also, I asked you to ask me questions on Instagram and on YouTube, so I have some questions to chat about while doing all of this reporting. So it will be just a fun hangout with me video. So grab a coffee, a tea, maybe something stronger, who knows, and let's hang out a little bit and chat about life, about plants, and whatever was on your mind, So, okay. So I have these clear orchid pots that I bought a couple days ago actually, and I know for some of these plants it may look like a little bit too big and too crazy, but they did not have smaller pots, and I really want to plant these plants into see-through pots so I can see if the soil is still moist, and in that way these plants will be a little bit easier to control with waterings and stuff like that, because I really do not like to use moisture meter. I have my moisture meter, but actually whenever I put it into the soil I can hear some roots ripping, and it just breaks my heart every single time. So I'm trying not to use it as often, and another solution for that is to see the soil, through the pot side. So that's what I was trying to say. I hope you understand what the heck I am mumbling over here. So yeah, I will be using a little bit bigger pots, but I think it's for the better. It's spring in here, it's almost summer, so they will be growing really fast in my opinion, and everything will be fine. Everything will be perfect, Okay, so while I'm ripping off these labels of the pots, let's answer some questions. In some of my recent videos I was sharing some, feelings about my struggles and that life sucks sometimes, And a lot of you actually asked me, how are you? I think I received at least 10 questions asking how am I and how is Rocky, so let's start from those. So I am pretty fine, to be honest. There are obviously a lot of things that I need to go through, especially right now when the spring came, and I need, with my mom and sister, take care of my dad's graveyard because it's still fresh and it has a lot of huge stones on it, so it's just a big pain in the butt to find somebody to take care of that, because nobody wants to help us, and if we will find somebody they ask crazy money for that, because my dad's graveyard is on a very top of the hill, so it's very difficult to reach it. So we have some problems like this that really did not look like could be problems about a year ago, and we have problems with car and with jobs and with Rocky's health. So sometimes it's a little bit difficult to stay positive, but at the same time I keep on kicking, I keep on kicking, and I still believe that someday it will be better. But I think my body just really got tired of constant stress and constant, anxiety, and it just couldn't keep it any longer, in place. So, but that's okay. That's okay. I'm kicking butt, okay? So I'm fine. Actually, filming videos really helps because I can put all of my mindset towards something positive and something artsy and beautiful. I love to film, different angles of my life and stuff like that. So this actually really helps. So whenever you watch my videos and like and comment, this is something that really pumps me back to life. So thank you so much for every single one for that. Okay, another one. Plants by Gosia asks, do you have any jungle cactus or want to own one? I actually do own. Over here, actually. Okay, you don't see it in the frame. Here we go. Here is my jungle cactus. There's actually two varieties inside of it, of this pot. The bigger one is that. Ooh. Okay, I'm making a mess again. The bigger one is this one. I don't remember the name, obviously. And the smaller one is a rickrack cactus that I'm trying to root, but I can tell that it's rotting. Okay, let's leave you aside. We'll need to work on that. Thank you for asking. Couple people asked me what is my favorite plant, like right now, right? And to be honest, it's on this table. Can you guess? I'll give you a couple seconds. Guess. Did you guess this? This is actually Philodendron verrucosum, and I'm such a proud mom of this because this new leaf is just kicking ass, isn't it? Whenever I see the fuzzy stem of this thing, these beautiful veins, and it's beautiful from both sides. I mean, oh! Whenever I'm just like, oh my gosh, you're gorgeous. Do you know that? You're just... Rocky standing here thinking I'm talking about him. You're gorgeous too, baby. So yeah, for now I think Philodendron verrucosum is one of my favorite plants, hands down, but also I have beautiful growth over the side, you know, on my variegated plants and on babies like this, so it's very difficult to pick, to be honest. But if I would need to go like straight forward, probably this Philodendron as for now. I feel guilty right now. Why do I feel guilty? Okay, Sarah Doom is asking, what was the first plant you owned? You're my favorite YouTuber. Oh, you're so sweet. Thank you so much. Actually, I'm pretty sure that my first plants were cacti, because when I was a kid and I lived with my parents, we had a cactus craze, and we actually lived in a very, very small town in Lithuania, so we did not have any plant shops around us. All plants we could buy was only from the grocery stores, and most of these plants at that time were cacti, so we were really collecting a lot of cacti. I remember all of our home windowsills were filled with cacti because my mom just had a thing for them, you know, at that time. So yeah, most likely my first cactus was most likely my first plant was cactus, and I'm actually still dig them so much. I love them. I have a lot of cacti. So yeah. Okay, let's start from Philodendron Pink Princess, and it's like kind of baby itself, right? But it also have two teeny tiny babies in a pot as well. So this Pink Princess is actually a really beautiful plant. I am so excited to own it. Thank you so much, Urash, for sending it to me. This is actually a plant from one of my subscribers, and I am in love. And this seemed like a very small pot for this baby, right? So I really want to repot it. I'm really afraid to break any roots on this plant. Oh. Okay, I think we'll leave it as it is. It's a pretty small piece out there, so it will be fine. Actually, I did not say that I am using a very nice mix of soil, and I'm so happy about it. I recently bought some coconut coir. I also have some barks for orchids. I also have a bunch of perlite and a beautiful orchid mix. So this, I think, will be a perfect mix. It's so airy, and at the same time have some coconut coir. So it will be a beautiful, beautiful home for these babies. And I'm so excited. So excited. Since I am planting these plants in pretty big pots, I will be very careful with watering. I will keep an eye on the sides of these pots and see if it's enough moisture for this plant or not. But look at it. It looks perfect in this, right? Oh, gorgeous. Yes, okay. That was beautiful. Where do I put you? Okay, let's start from the ground probably. Oh, I forgot to tell how Rocky is doing, right? So Rocky is actually struggling, to be honest. Oh, wait. Oh my gosh, I almost forgot. This is Philodendron Pink Princess, but in case somebody forgets, we have a label. Haha, look at it. So cute. It's heart-shaped. Bam, shabam. Okay, now we're done with this one. Gorgeous. So Rocky is actually struggling because, oh my gosh, this will be so difficult to answer in English because I am not even sure in Lithuanian. Oh wow, this root is crazy. Okay, 1 second, I need to focus. Oh, it's okay. So yeah, Rocky is actually having a new problem of health, and it's really frustrating because this one seems to be very uncomfortable. Look at it. Look at this beautiful root system. Gorgeous. So, long story short, he has a problem with anus. I'm not sure, should I talk about it or should I not on my channel? But, you know, when dogs have a butthole, next to the butthole they have a couple more holes where the secret is coming out to make the poop easier to go. Oh my gosh, is it too much information? So one of these holes actually exploded. To put it lightly, nobody knows why it happened, but we're trying to work on that, and he have a little piece of his butt out of his butt. I mean, it's kind of confusing and, you know, a lot to process, but we're working on that. Once again, doctor says it happens to a lot of dogs. Please don't freak out, it's nothing too crazy. But I'm like, what do you mean it's not too crazy? Okay, yeah, that's too much information. We're going on runs right now, every single day at the afternoon. So he's a happy puppy, even though he's struggling, you know. Look at it. Gorgeous syngonium. Oh, and we have a label. Bam. Now you know that this is syngonium pink splash, right? Gorgeous. Okay, Notes asks, what will you make cozy day vlogs? And this is kind of confusing because am I making them already? Please let me know what do you exactly mean, because I feel like I'm already making some, you know, cozy vlogs, taking you along, you know, into my life with my mom and my sister and my fiance and Rocky. So let me know, maybe you have anything specific in your mind, maybe, I don't know, leave a comment what exactly you had in your mind. Okay. Sharon is asking, how are the wedding plans coming along? And they're not. Once again, we hit brakes on that because, you know, since the war started with Russia and Ukraine, I mean, since Russia started a war with Ukraine, both of our jobs are in a really risky place. So we're not even sure if we'll keep those jobs, you know, next week or next month. So for now, to plan anything, you know, serious like wedding would be really not smart, because we don't even know if we'll have job next week. So not moving forward, you know, again, but it's okay. We still have each other, we still love each other. We just don't have any, you know, papers about that, but that's okay. That's okay. Okay, Destiny asks, how do I order a pot from you? My wife have been trying to contact you but has no reply. What? Where did you try to contact me? I am constantly checking my emails and Instagram private messages and sometimes Facebook private messages. I am not that often there, just in case if somebody is, I don't know, worried. But yeah, please let me know where did you write me, and leave a comment, let's chat about it, and I will direct you, you know, the right way, because I am more than happy to paint another pot for you. So yeah, let me know, let's chat about it in the comments, okay? Okay, Helen's Insta asking, what's your most unpopular opinion? Okay. Hear me out. A lot of people are saying that big breed dogs, large breed dogs aren't for apartments, aren't, you know, good for apartments. And I live in a 2-room apartment with a German Shepherd who looks pretty pissed right now for some reason. The heck? And we're having the best life ever. As you can tell, my home is pretty cramped with different houseplant pots and random knickknacks and stuff like that. And it's a pretty big dog. He has a pretty strong and large tail. And yes, sometimes he knocks off plants by just being excited, you know. But also he's having the best life, because even though I live in an apartment with him, I take him on a very long walks every single day. We go for runs in the parks, in the forest, in the woods, and he has such a good life and such a better life than, for example, those dogs who are living in private property but they're closed in a cage, for example, or have only space around, their yard. So they still have, those boundaries, and in Rocky's case he don't, because every single day we go in a very different direction towards, any side of our streets, and every single day have some new sniffs to sniff, some new dogs to meet, and some new adventures to go for. So this is, I think, very unpopular opinion to have a large breed dogs in apartment buildings, but at the same time it's stupid in my opinion. I'm not sure if I answered your question, but I think I did. Okay, so here we have Epipremnum skeleton key. Very beautiful plant, very excited to own this. Look at it. Oh, can't wait for it to start to grow bigger and happier. So we're done with this part right now. I want to take this Gloriosum from the mouse. This probably will take me a while. Anna's Flora Fauna says, no question, I just wanted to say you're a beautiful person inside and out and keep being awesome. Oh, thank you, you are awesome for saying that, because it always feels good to, get beautiful words from another woman, because in my surroundings it's not that usual and it's pretty cool, so thank you. Okay, how many plants has died for you this year? Actually, I'm pretty proud because this year I had the least of houseplant, deaths, I think under 5. So I think it's pretty cool. I actually lost my Syngonium Spatifilum cupido, which was so sad because it was a large, beautiful variegated plant and I was so happy to own it. So I lost that one, and this one probably is one of the biggest concerns for me, I also lost beautiful red aglaonema that was a present for my birthday, so it was really sad as well. And I also lost a couple small plants that I don't even remember that good, so actually I think this year I did pretty good, especially because I wasn't buying that many plants. I think you probably noticed that I stopped filming this many, plant shopping videos, because once again I am saving money, and also I don't have a lot of space right now, and I know that soon summer will come, and once again I will take most of my collection into the balcony and have so much space in my home. And that's when the difficult time will begin, because in my brain it would look like I have so many free space for so many new plants, it's like perfect, why not to buy a little bit more plants? But when the autumn will come, I will be struggling again to put all of them somehow inside. So I think I did pretty good job by not killing a lot of these plants, because I actually downsized a little bit last year, so it was pretty good year in my opinion. Actually, somebody asked me if I am planning to go on a plant ban or no buy month, or not to buy plants at all like some other YouTubers are doing right now. And no, I don't. Actually, always was doing pretty good job about that. I mean, in my first years of YouTube, I would go and buy every plant almost every single day, and that was a struggle. But right now, since I have a pretty decent collection and I want to keep my plants happy, I started to be more picky, and whenever I go to the store right now, I do not always come back with plants. So no, I don't see the reason why I should go and don't buy any more plants, because it's like, I don't know. I mean, I get the point why some other YouTubers do that, because a lot of them were actually doing a lot of plant purchases during these years, but I never was that person. I was never spending, hundreds of dollars on plants. My most expensive plant was 70 euros tall 2-meter palm that actually is no longer with us. But it was a purchase from 7 years ago maybe, and since then I never bought more expensive plant than that. So I think I'm doing a pretty good job. I always was pretty smart with my money, and it was easier to be smart with my money because I did not have too much of them. So yeah, very mumbly. I'm sorry. Jacqueline's Jungle is asking, what's your favorite thing about living in Lithuania? I don't know, actually. To be honest, I really miss living in United Kingdom, but also... Oh, okay, I know. Just the moment I started to think about living in United Kingdom, I remembered immediately why I came back. So it actually feels good to be home. Because when I lived in United Kingdom, I never felt really home because, you know, all of these people were talking different languages around me, and it wasn't my, you know, first language, right? And whenever I would go to the restaurants or to the banks or to the, I don't know, hospitals, for example, I would always feel so not welcome and so out of place because, you know, whenever people would use very smart phrases on me, I would always got confused and would always ask, please repeat what you just said, because I did not really understand. And I remember the look on the faces of those people, those arrogant people, who would be like, oh my gosh, why I don't understand why you're living here then if you don't understand what I want to say to you, and, you know, stuff like that. So what I love the most about it, it's because it's my home country, you know, and I always feel like home here. And it doesn't matter in what city I am, it doesn't matter if I am at my grandma or, you know, somewhere on a vacation here on a seashore or something, I always feel good here. So probably that's the main reason. But if I could choose if to live here or not, I would need to think about it, because at the same time, yes, I want to live here, but also I don't, if you know what I mean. So yeah, pretty decent root system on this Philodendron gloriosum. I don't want to disturb it anymore because it looks already so, you know, struggling. And you know what, I think since I have this one a little bit smaller pot with this Philodendron verrucosum, right, I think I will pot gloriosum into this one, because this will be an upgrade for Philodendron verrucosum and this will be an upgrade for gloriosum. Actually, look at these roots. This is crazy. So crazy. I'm not sure how I will take it all out of this. And actually, I also have a couple euphorbias in these pots that will need their own separate pots as well. I'm sorry if this video is a little bit, you know, messy and like a lot of is going on in here. Actually, in my head is the same thing happening right now. So next video will be a little bit more fun, I promise. I will take you on some kind of adventure this weekend, but for right now, this is a little bit more simple video, you know? I had a top coat of sphagnum moss, and a lot of roots actually grew into the moss. So I'm trying to take out some moss as well. Ned Joy is asking, have you ever considered visiting Wisconsin, United States? Actually, yes. I think a lot about visiting United States because it's actually one of the biggest dreams of mine, to visit this beautiful country and to see how different it can be in every single state. So one of my really big dreams is to visit United States, and not one kind of state, but like 10 at least, and see the differences between them and, you know, the culture and all of that. So yes, I would love to do that. Look at this root system. This is exciting. Oh my gosh. And this euphorbia, look at this. Oh man, do you see this root system? So fun. I'll probably plant it in a small pot. Okay, Grace is asking, how does your fiance feel about your plant collecting and rescues? And it's been a journey, I'm not gonna lie. At first it was pretty difficult to convince him that I need like a couple hundred of plants in my home. But, you know, I was just keep on filming videos. I proceeded to, you know, collect those plants and take care of them. And he saw how much of passion and heart I have for all of that. And, you know, after a couple years, he just went for it, you know. And at first he was mumbling a lot and complaining like, oh my gosh, do you really need all of these plants? Maybe find another hobby or something. But at the moment when I started to get paid, for my hobby on YouTube. And since he noticed how many beautiful messages I receive and beautiful comments on YouTube I receive from you guys, he actually started to look at it a very different way. It was really unreal to see how his mindset changed. He was really happy for me and saw how much that makes me feel good, and happy. So right now he really supports me and actually is even suggesting me to start my own plant shop. And I just keep on saying no because, we're struggling already a lot and we would probably need to get some loan or something, But he still keeps on talking to me about that. Just, think about it. I know how much you would love that and stuff like that. So he really supports me and that's amazing, I think. Alright, so we have this beautiful root system on this philodendron verrucosum. So it was really ready to go into a little bit bigger pot. Do you feel any plant burnout? Have you ever felt the need to downsize or go on a plant buy ban? So yeah, that is the one comment that I was talking about in the beginning. And there was a time when my first YouTube year was, pretty chaotic, and I bought so many different plants that I did not have any idea how to take care of. And like begonias, rexes, and all of plants, I was buying them just for being beautiful and looking cool and not really researching all of the growing details about them and stuff like that. So that wasn't really smart of me and I lost a lot of plants. A lot of them died for me. And probably that's when I started to think about downsizing, and I did downsize. I sold some of my plants. I took a lot of my plants into the plant swaps and just gave all of them for free for, other plant lovers. And since then, I think I'm doing pretty great. Right now, actually, I counted my plant pots. I have some fairy gardens that in one pot have like 10 plants, for example, right? So it's really not easy to count how many plants I own, but it's easier to count the pots. And as for now, I have 195 pots, if you're curious. Well, right now I'll have a little bit more. So it's kind of crazy. I actually thought I would have a little bit less. So maybe I still will be thinking about downsizing a little bit and selling my plants or giving to friends and stuff like that. And there was time when I felt really burned out and was really thinking, what am I doing with my life? Because, it's a difficult hobby. You need to keep on going even when you're not feeling like going, like watering and stuff like that. But I had many hobbies throughout my life, like macrame and painting and stuff like that, and they did not last. Actually, I actually played violin. For those who are new on my channel probably have no idea. I have a diploma of violin, so I was a musician as well, but it never stuck to me. And plants, well, I love plants for 8 years right now, I would say. I mean, I loved them all of my life. Just like I mentioned, my grandma, my mom were big fans of plants, so I had them in my life like always. So this is something that never left my heart and my mindset. So it looks like no, I am not really burning out from the plants. Look at it. Oh my gosh, isn't that beautiful? I really hope he will be happy in this pot. Let's put the label inside. Bam. Gorgeous. Oh my gosh, I'm so happy about these plants. They'll be so happy too. Okay, Adina is asking, I love all of your plants. Do you have a water schedule? Did you had root rot problems with your plants? And yes, I actually have a schedule, and I know a lot of plant tubers says that it's a big problem and you shouldn't, but I do. And actually it works for me. As you can tell, all of my plants are happy and okay. I water all of my plants every Sunday, and the trick is to know which ones to water and which ones not. So for example, cacti, I water them only every third week during winter months. So, they're really staying dry even though I water my plants every single week. They are being skipped, for example, right? and the plants that are in the smaller pots, like for example these cuttings, all throughout the week I will, keep on checking on them and see if they are really dry. I will give them a little bit of a drink, but still every Sunday is the day when I water all of my plants. I hope that answers your question. And yes, I actually, about the root rot, I had a big problems with root rots, because when I started my plant journey, I was so stoked about all of my plants. I wanted them to keep on growing, and just being happy. And in that case, I thought the best thing I could do is just keep on watering them. And in that case, they'll just keep on growing for me, Spoiler, it wasn't the case. I actually lost a lot of my plants to root rot in the beginning of my houseplant collecting journey. So for those who are being overwaterers, I really get you. But actually with years I learned how to, not to water these plants that often and just let them be. They're being, simple plants, and they do not need those constant, cares, those constant touches from us. And just sometimes they just really want to be left alone. And if you really want to water something, buy a couple plants that really are thirsty, or pot plants in the smaller pots, and in that case they will faster drink the water and you won't tend to overwater them that much. It actually helped me throughout the first years, because I was really overwatering them, and since they was in smaller pots, it wasn't that easy to overwater them because they would dry out so quickly. But buy some peace lilies, for example, and they'll be okay, Here we are, beautiful Philodendron gloriosum, finally in soil. I'm so excited about this one. This is actually another my pride and joy, because I grew it out of the wet stick. So to see leaves on it is just something really special, Okay, and we have our last plant combination, but I ran out of soil, so I'll go ahead and mix a little bit more and come back to you in a second. And we're back. Whew, okay. Well, this will be really exciting to take out, because it's been in this jar for 4 or 5 months and I see so many roots, so it might be a struggle actually. Okay, and the question. Okay, Yasi is asking, how would your dream house look like? Maybe a greenhouse involved, and where would you like to live if you could to choose? Love watching your videos, greetings from Germany. Oh, thank you so much. Actually, I have a whole, look at it, we have another euphorbia seedling in here, so it will be potted up in that one. So I have actually a lot of preferences for my home, and we keep on looking for some houses with my fiance, during our free time, just for fun, because we actually know what we want, so we want to see how prices changes and stuff like that. So one of my main goals, oh man, okay, this one is pretty small. So we have a node, right, with small root on it and 2 other nodes, right? So this looks like still too small to repot. So I really would want one separate room for my, office area where I could film my houseplant content. I wasn't expecting that. Where I could film my houseplant content and also work from home. So, one separate room where nobody would disturb me. And, just do my thing. I also would like a home with big windows. That's really big thing, because I am so, always affected by the light whenever we have cloudy days and, when it's dark outside and gloomy. I feel not the best, to be honest. So it's really important to me to have home that will be light and bright and will help me to stay a little bit better, Oh my gosh, look at this. Beautiful root system and cute plant coming out. So exciting. And yes, I actually also would like to have a garage for Agnes's car, because he's so passionate about car fixing as much as I am passionate about houseplants. So that would be really fun for both of us, win-win situation. I also would love to have a space for greenhouse, and we were talking about maybe just buying an apartment instead of house, because it's cheaper option. Look at that, oh my gosh. But I just keep on coming to the idea that I really want my own, garden, and I want to play with the landscapes, and I have so many ideas how to do that, and how to bring some life into spaces. So garden, big windows, garage, and I really want sunroom. So it would be such a huge plus and something that would really solve me if there will be like a veranda looking place where I could come every morning and enjoy looking into my happy plants who have all of that sun for them, and enjoy my cup of coffee and read a book, and just something out of a dream. Oh, I would love that. And actually my dream would be to live in a vineyard in Italy, but it is such a faraway dream that looks so impossible right now that I don't even want to go into details, because it will make me sad. So we have soil prepared, and I also want to plant this mama plant with baby with top cuttings, because that, you get it, right? It's still a pretty good soil, so I will reuse it. Okay, that's a lot of soil. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Look at that. Crazy. I forgot I need to talk with you guys. Okay, Carson is asking, how much have you spent on your entire plant collection? Yikes, that's, I don't know, I have no idea. I started collecting plants like 8 years ago, like really collecting. So I have some of these plants like right now, and they are doing fine. And I also have a lot of plants that were gifted to me, by you guys, by my subscribers, by my friends. So I don't know, not sure, don't know. Okay, Dreams of Ho is asking, how long have you been collecting and rescuing houseplants? So just like I mentioned, it's been years. About rescuing plants, it started a couple of years ago, maybe 3 years ago right now. It's been like a lot of years. At least 10 for sure, hands down. So I hope that answers your question. Like not really, but hopefully. Okay, I actually really wanted to put a moss ball in here because this subastatum gets really big, like I have this moss ball, but it looks like it, yeah, let's put it in. I know a lot of you actually, when last time I picked up this moss ball, were confused because all of YouTubers are doing moss balls themselves. It's actually not a moss ball, it's coconut coir ball, but it's so cheap, it's actually $2. And it's already all done and ready for action. And in here it's actually more expensive for me to buy coconut coir or moss ball and sticks and make one my own than just buying this one. So I'm not putting too much pressure onto myself for not buying, and making my own poles. So just a little heads up, Woo. Another question from Dea from Cozy Planting. What are some things you're enjoying lately? Plant care-wise, product shows? That's a good question actually. Well, plant product-wise, I actually just a couple days ago bought a orchid spray. Oh my gosh, it's really far away from me right now, but it's like a spray bottle filled with plant food for orchids, and I buy specifically plant food for orchids because my Hoyas actually really love them, and I already tried this thing last summer and all of my Hoyas went nuts when I started to spray them with this. Another euphorbia seedling, oh my gosh. So yeah, my Hoyas actually went nuts when I started to spraying them with this spray, and I decided to do it again this year. So really recommend, highly recommend for all of those Hoya heads and orchid heads to buy spray bottle of orchid food, because this is something that really worked magic for me. So really can recommend it by my own, experience. Yeah. And about other stuff, I actually don't have too much time for other stuff. but I just found a TV show on Netflix called Manifest. So this is something that I started to watch a couple days ago, but actually I'm really enjoying it. So maybe that's also a nice tip for those who are looking for a new TV show, because it's actually pretty interesting. I like those, you know, mind-blowing, like thrillers, TV shows that are always have some kind of secrets that we need to discover. Really fun. I don't have enough spare time, you know, for some hobbies. I actually really would like to read books. And oh my gosh, I found this amazing book set of 3 books about detective that has a dog and is living in a beautiful countryside and has her own garden and is a detective. It's like such a cool book set and I really want to read those, but it's so expensive to ship them to Lithuania. Books themselves, they cost about 8 euros, so under 10 bucks each. But just for shipping, I would have to pay around $40. I really cannot afford that, only for shipping, so that breaks my heart because, oh my gosh, you have no idea how much I would like to read those books. And I don't have any kind of Kindles and stuff like that, so this really breaks my heart. Okay, Annie is asking, you live in Four Seasons country. I wonder how lots of desert plants always available in such a cheaper prices. We don't have those nurseries in here in Lithuania locally, but a lot of our plants, I think like most of all of those plants are imported from Netherlands. So we're not that far away from Netherlands, you know, in Europe, so it's very easy to import those plants from there, and they have lots and lots of greenhouses with very different plants. So I think this is how it works, you know, I still might be wrong, but I'm like 99% sure that that's where most of our plants come. Anyway, so here how our last plant is looking. Oh my gosh, I am so sure it will be so happy in this spot. It looks already fabulous and I am pumped for it, and you probably can tell that I'm starting to lose my voice again, so I will try to make it quick. This will be such a long video. I'm so sorry guys. I actually have more questions to answer, but I do not have any more plans, so I'm sorry if I missed your question. Please make sure and leave it next time when I'll be filming Q&A, and I will make sure to answer it, hopefully. Okay, and before leaving you guys, let me teach you another language lesson. Okay, random one. One random one. I have this t-shirt that my sister and mom bought me that says, oh, I don't remember, dead inside but caffeinated. So let me teach you how to say coffee, okay? Random one. Let me teach you how to say coffee in Lithuanian and in Russian. So if you want to say coffee in Lithuanian, you need to say kava. Once again, kava. And if you want to say coffee in Russian, you need to say coffee. Once again, coffee. This is it, we are done. Oh my gosh, this will be such a long video. I'm really sorry guys, I do apologize, but I hope you will enjoy it as a podcast or something and do some plant chores while listening to my, you know, life experiences. But anyway, I won't take any more of your time. Thank you so much for joining me for this video. Please leave a comment and let's chat about my answers, about my plans, about whatever comes to your mind. Please like this video if you enjoyed it and subscribe for more houseplant content. And till the next time.